people do
Oh, it is.
struggle though, and I
Yeah.
think there is a thing. Like, and there's so much about your background and such, but there are a lot of women who
Yeah.
struggle with relationships with women. But
Yes.
and that I believe stems from that whole competition
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
pitting
Being
each other
yeah.
against each other and having to.
But
So there's
that's
this.
not mine.
That's not yours.
Right. But
That's not
everybody
yours,
assumes it is.
but I'm saying that I think this
Yeah.
challenge is maybe more like just the overarching challenge is more predominant than
Absolutely.
than maybe
Absolutely.
we realize,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But I've
yeah,
loved that you've been here because I'm realizing, I say I am turning a new page, a new chapter in my life. This is now healthy me, and I'm a
yeah,
grandma, and I'm a lot of new things. And I'm realizing we talk about everything happens for a
yeah,
reason. And I can't say God because I don't know that it's God, but
yeah,
whoever I believe,
yeah,
I say it's Mother Nature, is putting in alignment the people I need in my life.
yeah.
And, we talked about my friend Lucy came here from the Netherlands,
Mm-hmm,
and Lucy is going through the process of what we talked about. I
mm-hmm,
don't know if I'm
mm-hmm,
allowed to say
mm-hmm.
that. But in the second time she came, she brought her friend Kim. And I, again, with the standoffishness I feel towards females, and I had never heard, I didn't know anything about her, and all I knew was what Lucy had said, and Lucy really hadn't painted the best picture of Kim. And then Kim, in kind of feeling weird in coming here, but overly excited because, like with Neil, everybody knows me. They know my whole story, and she, felt this affinity. And so she started like love bombing me through DMs before they even got here. And I was like, oh, Sean, I can't. Like, I can't do this. And she got off the plane, and it was almost instant, this connection of, I adore her. And she got it. She apologized the minute she saw me. I think it's still going.
Yeah,
We're at
just making
417.
sure.
Yeah.
It's just sorry, the screen keeps going black. That's why we're just double checking. Make sure we haven't lost
says
you.
says
Yeah.
the guest. Yeah, I'm not the greatest with
No, you're
all
in
the
the middle. No,
technology.
it's hard to multitask when you're in
Well,
the middle.
I don't. Again, I think if it goes black, that's
It's still
fine.
recording?
Right, and I think we just cut it off at the other one.
Okay.
And I think in the future, I'm thinking about this. Like, I keep going like this. I think the way I want to do it is just talk to you. Like, I don't really want to look at that. So if it goes black, it's fine.
Okay.
As
right.
long as it's recording. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
I look over
sure.
here every once in a while.
But it's nice for everyone to see your face too. 'Cause
I see my face
But-
so much, Barbara. You have no idea. My face is fucking everywhere.
you can. Okay, you do whatever
Yeah,
feels good.
yeah.
All right.
No, we're just talking.
Yeah.
Even now I space.
No. How much
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
adored.
Oh,
the-
Kim.
yeah.
Kim. And it was just immediately she got off the plane and she was aware of what she had done and she was just fantastic. And you are of the same ilk. Like, you just are a genuine. And she came out and was like, she's lesbian, and she's like, I fucking love your wife, Sean. And I told her she was my hype woman, because I've never had a female be that nice to me my entire life. Like, I had a whole crying session, and I was like, because it felt so scary and so unfamiliar, and I felt like there's gonna be a knife stab in the back somewhere, because men do, and it's not a sexual thing at all. Like, I have men are my friends, like, I just get them, but there's always a stab, there's always a disappointment, there's a letdown, and there wasn't with her. And so again, I think it's Mother Nature, God, my dad, whoever it is, putting the people that I need in my life to go forward, because I really do think I'm doing something. Maybe I'm an idiot. Like the kids at home
right.
who are in like their basement, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna be something. But I feel like the time is right. We all know that. The world knows that. We need nature. We need healing. We need to be able to restore ourselves. So 100%. And I've watched enough other people that have come from basically nothing with a message and made it something, and they're off doing their social media, Instagram, motivational talks and everything. And I know that that's what I was meant to do. I am a writer. My background is I went to school. I went to college. Can't remember that word, for speech and rhetoric. So I public speaking was my fucking jam. Like, everybody else is scared of it. I used to love it. Like, I haven't done it in a really long time, so I'm not sure. I mean, like, it's been a lifetime and a lot of things, but I would think if I had the confidence to do it back then when I really didn't like myself and I hadn't been through much of a journey to know how strong I was, then I probably would fucking love it now, because I have confidence in myself, and I know the message I'm giving, and so again, I don't know if this is ever going to become something, but in my mind it is. Like, I feel like this is where I need to go.
Oh, I think what really is one of the incredibly remarkable things about you, Megan, is that you live what you're talking about.
Yeah. And we were talking about
how rare that is.
That's again why people have a problem with me is I walk the walk, I talk the talk, and
truly every day.
But people feel bad that they don't necessarily. And again, I don't care. And that's not to say I don't care about you. It's just I have to put all my energy into caring about myself. And I would love to see you caring about yourself as much because I like you, but I can't care. Like, I'm caring about me.
But that's one of the most honest statements. After being a counselor for all these years, it's about honoring other people's, which you do, honoring other people's pace and where they're at. Because we can have, if our agenda is surpassing where someone's ready to go, then that's not good. Yeah. But it's like, so part of...
It's not,
is
buddy, it, buddy?
There you go. That's an important message, isn't it? You're like, yes. So this... And part of being here, and when you come, I believe when you come here as well too, as part of healing physical ailments, and there are steps that you need, maybe you go away with, so Megan has a gazillion ideas, so maybe there's, but so maybe there's like 10 or 20 things that you could implement right away, but maybe you're ready to implement one. And that's remarkable. So it's like a domino effect, right? Yep. So that one piece, if you're doing it and you feel good about it, then you can move on to the next piece. Because you're already at a place where you've had years of putting these pieces into place, so they're rolling. The dominoes have already gone do, and you're already in
we
motion.
Call them chips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We call it the chipping method of living.
Oh,
like we make small chips towards
chips.
things.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be in the book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's better than domino. So I love that.
Because the chips are building. Yep.
So it's knowing that if we, and actually one of the pieces that I would talk to people about regularly is if we put too many in place at once, keeping that momentum is very, very, very,
it's hard
very, very
to pick
difficult.
up a whole bunch of chips
There's maybe
at once.
like 0.00000 of the population that could put those into place. So in other words, it's really not our natural state. So if we try and do them all at once, the chances are we're not going to sustain it, and then we feel like we're failing, and we go away and we don't do it, and then we feel bad. And we talked about all this shame and feeling the shame for not being where we think we should be. But if you go away and you have the ideas, you do one piece, try that for a while, and it works well, then you can go on to the next.
Yeah, I talk about in this handbook that I'm doing that it is my goal, because I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what defined naturally managing my disease. Like, there was nothing back in 2015, 2016 when I came off the pharmaceutical it was just okay, let's go, and not knowing what it looked like, and now I fucking squirreled again. Help me come back.
No, we were talking about chipping, like the chips
the
and doing the pieces together, and you already have all the pieces because you've had all this time.
I know, but then I was going to say, in the book, what was I putting in the book, Barbara?
About helping people with knowing to implement.
What I told myself I didn't know what natural looked like. And so what I decided was my goal, because I had to have goals, was every day I would walk one more block or one more driveway. So never walk less than I had walked the day before. And every single day I would implement some new positive habit that I would never, ever stop doing from that day on. Could be tiny. Like, and it all started...
I think they need to be tiny, realistically.
Well, if you're doing it every day, you need to do it every day.
Yeah. And you
my
can't
very first
climb the mountain all in one day.
Was making my bed. Sounds stupid, but it meant that I had my life and my shit back together enough. Yeah. The funny thing is, Sean hates having a made bed. He's like, it's just going to get messed up. And every morning I get up and I make my bed, and now I make his bed because I'm sleeping on the floor. But it was, and those chips, they were minuscule, and I didn't know that they had any power whatsoever, and they didn't make me feel better about myself or make me feel better in general for a while. And then slowly, the chips began to gather, and they'd cluster, and they would.
But so interesting though that they didn't make you feel better right away, because it just, again, speaking about how hard it is to maintain change, because if you're not feeling everything's wonderful quickly, then sometimes it's hard to implement those small pieces,
I've got
right?
that grit.
So
you look at my boys. There's grit in my family. My mother, she rows a boat, for fuck's sake, at the age of 87. We've got it. We've got whatever it is that makes you have to dig deep to do the things. Like my oldest son, who's the power lifter, he's the Max is powerlifting. Sam is strongman. Sorry, I'm trying to get the terms right. He has a hashtag he uses, which is no excuses. And I used to use the hashtag Mama doesn't raise no pussies, but it's like we all, my daughter in her own right with what she's doing with her job and everything in her life. We all, again, have that, and I don't know where that comes from, and I don't know if I can teach someone how to get it, but I can tell you that the way to get it is by making those chips and never letting yourself down. I have an interview with my oldest that I did on our podcast, which will probably be on this because this is going to go podcast too. But anyway, and one of the things he talks about is if you don't ever let yourself down, that you won't know that disappointment. Like it's not an option. If you go to the gym one day and you say, I'm going to go every day, and then, you go the second day and the third day you don't, you've put in your mind not going is an option. If you never not go, not going is not an option. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And listening to it, and this is coming from a kid who has literally, not a crazy fan of that word because it's so misused, but he literally has had maybe 4 days of not gym time in the last 15 years. Not going to the gym is not an option for him. He did a strongman competition in fucking Texas and then went to a gym with his wife and did a workout.
Okay, so that is truly remarkable.
Yeah, or insane.
And I was going to say, or only a tiny
yes.
percent of the population to do that amount each day.
Yes.
So back to your formula,
yes.
that tiny little thing that you do,
yep.
and you make that consistent, so it becomes part of routine. So we
yes.
know that change takes a little, like,
it
what
takes
do they say?
a long
21
time.
Or what do they
yeah.
say? They say
for
20,
a habit to take place. Yeah, to take hold,
21
it's 21 days.
So but that's important, right?
Yep.
Like, doing these small pieces regularly till they just become
ropes. They're
no
just
effort, but yet, oh my gosh, after a few months, look what you've put in place.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yep.
Like I knew when I went into retirement, as much as I just wanted to not have to think about anything and just relax, I still liked having a routine. So the dog's getting up in the morning, the dogs get me up, and I walk for an hour with them before I even have a cup of coffee, right? And I love it. They keep me honest. But now it's a habit, and I'm up. They don't have to. They don't have to kind of drag me out of bed to go.
And as we talked about it, then incorporating the things we've talked about for the cellulite and, making those a part of your, like carving it out. Yep. And then the first couple of days, it will seem, first day, you'll probably be really proud of yourself. And you'll be like, yeah, go girl.
Yeah,
Second day, you'll be like, no, Barbara, you're going to do it. And by day 3 or 4, you're going to be like, you know what, if I skip a day, it's fine. Because if I do like 3 days a week, that's probably good. And that's how you talk yourself out of it. I have these conversations all the time. It's not like, and my son does. It's I said he's amazing and he hasn't not gone to the gym, and you said, okay, that's a 1%er. We're all one. Like my family, those dudes are 1%.
I was just throwing that out there for the listening
crowd.
I
know. I knew you were trying to cover because you're like, oh, they're going to be like, there's no chance for me. But that's the point, is there is a chance for everybody.
With small chips.
But
small
it's
chips.
the
Folks.
small chips, but not ever stopping chipping. You never ever give up a chip.
Yeah.
And you hold on to those fucking chips and you just put them together. It's like going to the casino and you get chips. The more chips you have, the fucking better off you are at the end of a night. And so just all of those small chips. And again, it's spending the time to find what those small little changes to your health, to make your life healthier can be. I mean,
because we all start at different points.
Yes,
right?
diet.
We're at such different places.
Exactly, and everybody also has
our mental well-being as well, and
everybody has their own issues.
Yes, so
sugar, alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, non-exercise. There's a million different issues. Weight, cellulite,
early programming.
Yeah, menopause.
Sorry, this is the counselor throwing. He can't help but throw in these extra. Yeah, remember, we all start at different points.
Exactly.
But we can all, this is what I love about this is we're all capable. It doesn't matter
100%.
what.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what's interesting? There's it's one of the therapeutic approaches to address depression.
Mm-hmm.
It could be mild, moderate, severe. It doesn't matter where someone is struggling, because you're going to have people listening who struggle. I mean, a large percentage of the population struggle. So it's called behavioral activation. And what that's about is your idea of chipping. So you could interchange it with, it's so important to include these steps you're doing in the day and do them regularly, because they actually have found that if you're doing these parts, like these routines where you're getting out and doing this stuff every day or doing these things, it's more effective often. I'm not saying don't take your medication. I'm not getting you into that place, but no, they're just saying it's super effective, right? I don't talk about medication. It's just super effective. Yeah. So chipping is super effective.
It is. And again, didn't know it, didn't know why, didn't know how I was going to get myself out of the hole I was in, because it was a fucking deep hole. I mean, you say, on the outside I look fine, and I'm really, really thankful that I had my blog and that I had all of my journaling and writing, because otherwise I don't think I would have believed how bad it was. I am such a positive person. Like, I joke, we had a house fire and I was like, let's make s'mores. Like, I turn the bad into good, and it's because there's been so much bad. Like, in reflection, I realized, and I am a positive person, and so I don't have a choice. The really cool thing is realizing that nothing scares me anymore, because I'm like, whatever happens, I'm gonna be okay. Like, because it's all happened, and I've been okay, and I've made it through. And now I forgot what I was saying. I'm squirreling a lot right now.
Oh, and just that's great. And squirrels, I love our conversation.
Yeah, I know. This is why
I
I wanted to do this.
But this is life, right? This is if we're getting honest about the struggles and things that happen for all of us. It's again about you're saying you wouldn't be where you were if you didn't. We'll just use the chip it thing. If you didn't chip, can I just say chip it? Chip it. If you didn't chip it, and that's what's super important. No one can come in and do it for you. That's the important piece. This is where those little pieces then all of a sudden become, oh my God, that you're like, we've gone on these outings and it's incredible to see. I would never ever guess that you'd struggle, that you have, I don't know if you still say you have it or you struggled with it or it's still there. I don't even know. But anyway, I don't even see it.
I'll answer that.
MS,
I was at dis-ease, and now I have found my ease.
There you go. Yeah.
Seriously. And the word is dis-ease, and you're... Oh. The fuck was that?
Oh, he went through barbed wire?
No, there's no barbed wire. He just did a little... What
a
happened?
little divot.
Oh, buddy. Gotta add drama.
Oh,
I don't know if he's even in there.
Here, you know what? Here, hang on to this for a second.
Yeah.
Get him on my lap while we're talking.
All
Buddy,
right.
come here. Come to mama. Come on up. Come on up, baby. Come on up. Oh, come here, baby. Come on. That's my boy.
Okay.
Here's Buddy.
There's Buddy.
Here's my boy. My beautiful healer.
Okay.
Okay? That's a good boy.
I really hope it is still recording, Barbara. It looks
Yeah,
like it is.
Like, I think we're
I
in
feel like we've been talking
an
for
hour.
like
maybe.
Yeah, but the other one was only 20 minutes. This is only 20 minutes. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like a longer. How long? Do you have a time on your
No,
What? Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I'm like
All
the
right.
Joe Rogan. I just talk. And well, like we haven't done so. We had one gal. We were talking about the chipping method. We had a gal, Karen, and I've had her on the podcast. And I think I want to bring her back in as kind of a regular because she has good questions. She's early on in her chipping. She's got a lot more chips, but she also has so many different issues. I mean, she's got cancer of the bladder. She's got a knee she's had surgery on, so she's been in a wheelchair for like 3 months. I mean, crazy what's going on. I mean, so medically, she has a lot of things going on. But she came, and it was only for 48 hours. And I just like when I said to you guys when you first came, I don't know much about any of these people who arrive. And, nor does Sean. And we're inviting these almost complete strangers into our house. And we always say, if we love them, we'll have friends for life.
Yeah.
And if we hate them, we will have the best fucking stories. Because I love telling stories. And I mean, so we've had both, and we have had some really not great guests. And you all wouldn't know about it and know who it is because we don't talk about it because we're not. But it has made the best jokes between he and I. And so when Karen arrived, we didn't know what to expect. And with 48 hours, you don't know how much somebody's going to get out of, a visit. And she's my favorite because she got my message, which was not do what Meg does, but do what my body tells me I need to do. And that was the huge thing. I was like, God bless you. Like, because I think that is one of the big mistakes that shit. Okay, can you hold this for just 1 second? I can't believe I'm doing this. Hey.
Hello. How are you?
I am in middle of recording a podcast with a visitor from Canada. And this is literally on the podcast because I did not want to not get your call.
Wait, which one's yours?
Well, I missed you, and I've been thinking about you, and I realized I suck at keeping in touch. So I wanted to shoot your call, and I'm guessing I know what your podcast is about.
Yeah? Well, you need to come visit me.
I will. I want to. I've been working 2 jobs for a couple, quite a while now.
This is good.
Basically up in Marble Mount.
Okay. Well, you know what? Denise, let me call you back because I am literally on this thing.
Yeah,
but wait.
I'm on my way down to Everett. I will give you a call later this evening.
Okay, because we're up in Marble Mount. We'll come see you. Tell me where you work. We'll come hunt you down.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I love you.
Okay, love. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Love you too.
Bye.
honey.
Bye. Okay. The whole reason I answered this, okay? This is I'm not even talking in this. So this is a chick who we met in a restaurant up in Marble Mount, which is way the fuck up in the middle of boonies. And we were having lunch there. And I had my arm crutch. And after like 20 minutes, she came up to me and she's like, do you have MS? And I was like,
wow.
I do. And she's like, so do I. And I was like, and so we started talking, and she's an older, like our age, and she is a fucking kick-ass person. I say that like Mother Nature, whoever God is putting these people, she is one of them. But she works 2 jobs. I mean, she's a recovering drug addict. Owns it and everything. So like 10 years ago, she got clean. Yeah. And so when you are a recovering addict, life is a scramble anyway. Getting a job is different, so it's already a struggle. Yeah. And then she got this disease. But she just fell in love with the whole idea. She's read my book. She loves me. Like, she fucking, so she's my friend.
There you go.
So, but
see
just
the
most random shit that happens.
That's
like
random.
I know, but it happens to us
Or
all the
is
time.
it?
I know. Who knows? But I'm sorry. And so I haven't heard from her in like 8 months, and I have texted her. I've been very worried.
That explains why you answered
yes.
it. I can't. That's
yes.
so amazing.
No,
actually,
so
it's kind of
not.
cool, and I believe things happen. Oh, I believe. Normally, I'm talking with my hands out here.
Of that.
Whoops. No, I really do believe things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
When we're ready, I don't believe in coincidences.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
that there's meaning behind things,
Yeah,
right?
and you learn
that-
from.
and for her, so my point is, I think she called right now for a reason.
Yeah.
That you were able to hear it on the podcast. But
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
right?
All right.
Well, just to hear about the coincidence.
Yeah, yeah,
of someone else
of
coming
bringing
along.
in that story.
Yeah.
And again, somebody else that I was able to touch without even necessarily
Yeah.
trying to, which brings up, okay, that is the thing I miss most, and possibly the only thing I miss about not having my arm crutch, is the conversations it would bring up, and how many people I met that had similar, or somebody
There's a community
else.
out there, so they see you're
Yes.
someone else out there.
Well, and they don't know what it is.
But you're
It's
someone-
because I had the arm crutch and I always had a big smile, and Sean always made fun of me, and that put everybody at ease. It would immediately, because people would look at me and I look physically fit and immediately think, why is that woman have an arm crutch? But society says don't ask. And by him being like, I married her for her parking, placard, it eases the thing. And I, swat him with the arm crutch, and then people ask. And I miss that, because
Yeah.
now I go completely under the radar. Like nobody, I'm like stealth. I haven't been stealth in 18 years. I have stuck out like a sore thumb. And now, like, I walk through the grocery store, and walking through the grocery store with my arm crutch was always a thing. There was always people saying things and interacting, and now nobody notices me. And it's nice, but as I said, I missed those opportunities.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it allowed people to know that about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my calling card.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up.
Well,
Ask me. But
and to give hope, because you said I'm on this journey.
well,
I
no,
had this,
even
but-
before that.
Oh,
even before that. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because I would, but it still gave people hope, because I was so fucking positive. Like, people would be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'd be like, please don't be. Like, it's just a fucking blip. Like, it's not a big deal. I mean, you haven't read my book, and that's not an accusatory statement. I am just saying I know
I haven't
this
read
for a fact.
your book yet.
And yes, but in it, I talk about when I was diagnosed, the doctor that gave me the diagnosis, I had been told I had transverse myelitis, but then 4 weeks later and a spinal tap later, I went into his office and he said, you have MS.
Yeah.
And my first gut reaction was, oh, fuck. And I said it out loud. And he immediately responded with, no, this isn't an oh, fuck moment. This is an oh, damn moment. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, your husband dies of leukemia and leaves you with 5 kids to raise. That's an oh, fuck moment. 9/11, that was an oh, fuck moment. Nobody dies from MS. He's like, it'll be a pain in the ass, but you can control, like, how this goes. And he's like, and to be honest with you, I think in 20 years, they're going to have a lot more research and understanding, and that there's going to be a lot more understanding of different levels of MS, because just like with cancer, you can say you're cancer and you could be dying, or you could have cancer and, be fine. And he's like, so that literally was the day I was informed that I had this disease or disease. That's how it was presented. I owe that man huge. Like, he read me, and he, and that was fantastic, because
That's incredible to get in the medical system, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Now the guy has fucking ghosted me. I can't find him. I've tried. I found a relative of his on Facebook, because he doesn't have any social media, and I've tried calling him and everything, and so I reached out to her to say, like, I wrote about him in my book. I'd love to give him a copy. And they never responded.
Oh, well.
I know. Because, I give him huge credit. I would have found the positive in it, but that man gave me an injection of, this is your moment to fucking shine. This is your moment to show how your superpowers. And I did. I walked out of there fucking, I always looked like $1 million. I always dressed to the nines, because I wanted to look healthy, and then I had my shit together for my kids, and I would be at their school picking them up, and I never missed a pickup or a drop off, no matter what medical procedures, because I could do it all. And that's what I did. And then I just got sicker and sicker, because I made the disease my life instead of fixing myself. And that's where I think, again, the medical system fails us, because you don't ever go to a doctor to find out how to fix something. unless it's a broken leg or something, it's you're looking for help, and their help is not in the route of healing things.
No.
It's just maintaining, and that's what I believed. I mean, I believed that I was doing the best thing for my body. I mean, for years I gave myself injections, and then I went and had somebody else do it, and I went into anaphylactic shock. Like, that's how much my body didn't want those things, and I just kept going back.
Wow.
Because the doctor said, and
Wow. Yeah.
you know, I go back to, I had said I started, and I think I squirreled, but I was talking about, I'm very thankful that I wrote my blog and had my journals, because I don't know that I would have believed that I was as depressed as I was, you know, when at the height of coming off of, right before I came off of the pharmaceuticals. I mean, it was nasty what I was drinking at least 2 bottles of wine every single night. I was on methadone, I was on Ambien, I was on amitriptyline, and there was 2 other things. And I had a paramedic whose wife has MS that has come by to get some salve and stuff. And one day I gave him the list of it, and he's like, nightly? And I was like, every night. And he's like, there's no way you're still alive. I mean, he like, these things don't, like, they don't mesh well. And I was like, I was just trying to survive. And I went to the doctor, and their suggestion was another prescription of a drug that I was on that was even stronger. And I went home, and that was the day that Sean was like, you know, I really think you need to go to the pot shop. It took me 3 months to garner the nerve. I was so scared that, like, they were going to make fun of me, or, like, I didn't want to get stoned because we have the 5 kids, and, you know, they would make fun of me. And so, but again, no one supported it. Everybody just wanted me to continue on the drugs. Yeah. And then my doctor broke up with me, because once I hadn't been on the drugs for 2 years, he didn't. I mean, and that's shitty, because that again says that they're not worried about me and my health, and that's what they're supposed to. But they were worried that I wasn't doing the protocol that they thought was right.
Formula.
Yeah. And I don't dislike any of them, because I think that that's what they learned. I mean, that's, you know, their curriculums in medical school don't include much, if any, about nutrition. And I mean, everything starts in your gut. I mean, it's just, they were programmed to believe the medical system is supposed to look the way it does. And so it just, it makes it very hard for people to make the jump. You know, as you said, like, I am kind of a pioneer, because there are not that many people who jump from so heavily into the pharmaceuticals and just go cold turkey and just believe it. And somebody asked me, did I ever at a moment, like, think, oh fuck, you know, I did the wrong thing? And I was like, not once. And that's what, to me, says most strongly that I went the right direction.
Oh,
Hi, buddy.
little baby.
Is it time for Mama to get off? You having moments? We could do that.
Well, I think this is probably a hopeful place to end, because you're saying you went from, understandably, you went from well, I've never been on a podcast or done this before, so I'm getting used to
that. You're wrapping up my podcast.
I can't not go into this mode. I used to be a group, not only an individual counselor, group counselor, so I'm used to.
You go ahead.
I'm used to pulling in. I'm assuming, you know what? It's like I can visualize, if there are still people listening. I don't know, but there are people out there as part of this group. So and I'm always looking for messages of hope, because I know that's what makes all the difference. So, but also to acknowledge that before we can reach hope, or when we need hope, is when we're in despair, right? So to hear that you were in despair is so authentic and so honest, because that's all of us at some point.
Right.
And especially with challenges where there's severe health challenges or mental health challenges, to throw that in, right? So, or maybe both at the same time, and going from that level of despair into hope and action, and being on this trajectory of always holding the hope, but being in action and seeing how it's played out. So I think I think it's an amazing place to end because it's moving
I-
into the trajectory of hope.
I think Barbara's
Sorry.
going to have to be a regular just because that was a beautiful wrap up.
Yeah.
Said way more eloquently than I would have ever done it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
by no means. This
Yeah,
is so
no,
lovely. This
no.
back and forth.
No, I think we will
And-
do this again. 'cause
and
you
I can
do this
feel-
on your computer, right?
You know what? I guess so. I don't know. You
I'll
can
get you.
teach me.
I'll get you. Yeah.
I'm not on social media at all, by the way, or anything. So
Yeah. So there's
but-
nobody knows Barbara's last name. She's just Barbara.
yeah. So, but what I do want to say, because I can feel it. Like I feel
Yeah.
feel things around me. So it's just feeling that there are people that you're out there. I just
Yes.
have to acknowledge that there are people listening because it's. So thank you for listening, and and if you've made it this far, thank you. And I hope if you've listened, it's been interesting for you. And I think it's incredible. Like this is so bizarre for me because I'm used to having real people sitting around. So
Right.
this
Well,
virtual,
and the concept of it's not that they're listening now. It's just at some
Oh, at
point
some
they're going to
point.
be in the car.
sure,
Yeah, and they can choose to either have continued through
right.
or given up on us. And
Right.
so, yeah,
That's right,
acknowledging,
that's right.
and that's part of,
Be in
that's
the
really
future at
helpful
any
that you
point.
say that because I have this message, I have to do this, I do my social media. Again, I have no real desire to have the world like, ooh, look at me. I just have this message that I need to, to tell people.
yeah,
But when I do my videos and I sit down or I set up my camera and do making dinner, like I try to do on the fly recipes for people, so I just record it. And I often forget about the audience because in my mind, the negative, I'm like, nobody's going to watch this. Nobody's really listening, and so you pointing that out and acknowledging, again, if they've gotten this fucking far, thank you.
Yeah.
But it also means you're interested. So keep listening and keep,
Yeah.
reach out to me. That we were talking about.
community. It's so important.
Yeah,
It's like-
community, but also I am booking. I am taking people here at Camp Sunshine. There isn't, I can't give people always say, oh, it's a retreat. You should charge, $2,500 for a week because that's what spas and retreats, and that's not what this looks like. This is an individualized package thing. So reach out and talk because that's the first step is making a chip. I think that's it.
Absolutely.
That's
so again,
Barbara,
thank
y'all.
you. Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening.
If it even worked, because oh jeez. Here we go. Well, that says 39.